Come in. Hi everybody. This is kind of an unplanned live video. Jaden just got home from doing a little skating. So in our shots episode, we made kamikazes, and one of my former coworkers had mentioned in the comments, which we didn't see because of the delay that happens, that I should have mentioned Gary. And then Gary is one of our regulars who passed away last year in March. And he was almost an everyday regular. And he was a funny guy, had a sick sense of humor, but hilarious, and really supported all of us girls that worked during the daytime. And his drink was a kamikaze and a vodka tonic. And I just kind of wanted to pay a little tribute to him. Gary and I had a pretty close friendship. He always told me I reminded him of one of his daughters. And I think, in a small way, I kind of made him feel a little bit more connected to her. We would do lunches on Thursdays to go visit our friend Rita at the Backwoods Inn. And he would give me, some life advice here and there. One of our last lunch dates we had before he passed away, he looked over at me and he said that he was worried that I was depressed and that, I should find what makes me happy and I should focus on that. And I turned to him and I said, well, Gary, I kind of think you're depressed and I worry about you. And he said, I know. And I said, and I worry about your drinking. And he's like, I know. And we had a really good heart to heart. And the last day I saw him was March 7th of last year, which was a Thursday. And he was picking on another regular, and I kind of scolded him and told him to knock it off. And he got upset, and he, paid and got up to leave. And I kind of ran after him when he was leaving, and I said, "Wait a minute." I was like, "Don't be mad at me." I was like, "I'm just keeping the peace." And he said, "I know." And I said, "Can I have a hug?" And gave him a hug, and I told him I loved him, and he told me he loved me. And I said, "I'll see you tomorrow, right?" And he said, "You betcha." And that's the last time I talked to Gary. And it's weighed heavy on my heart. Not that I scolded him because, I would have done that anyway. It was not really, abnormal behavior or whatever. But I really loved him, and I think he really loved me. And we miss him a lot. And, Matt Wilkin and I have shared a lot of stories about him recently. He's been on my mind. And, so we miss you, Gary Howard. And Sheila, if you're watching, if you watch this later, just want you to know that we all really loved your dad, and we miss him a lot. He was a really important part of Mabel's Roadhouse, and that's really it. So love you, Gary Howard, and miss you. Bye, guys.